We are back on this wonderful Monday afternoon. Many of you guys might be catching us on your lunch break. Others of you might be catching us, while you're at work, or maybe you have the day off on this Monday. But we are back here to discuss your guys' rosters and what we would do with them. I've got my guy Rich Dotson here. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Talking to me? Of course I have issues with talking.
Oh, so I don't think he can hear us right now.
Worry, here we come.
Oh.
I don't think
he
so.
He can't hear us?
All right. I'm doing good.
Well, Pete, how are you doing?
I made a trade. What did you think of it? Did you see it?
I saw that a trade was made. I did not see the details
of the
trade.
Judkins fell to the Superflex League. No tight end premium. Judkins fell to the 108.
Okay.
And this is the league that all of us are in. And Jared wanted him. So,
I'm good.
Okay, you're here now, Rich?
Yeah, it's like every two. It's like, I got some of this figured out. This is good. I just got to switch something.
Every time.
My mic's right, though, at least, and headphones. It's weird. Like, my headphone input, like, 1 week it's coming from the Rodecaster Pro. Then I got to switch it to the MacBook. But, technology. Me and technology will always be like, like that's what I was going to do. I was going to be like this.
All right. So Pete, what was your trade real quick before we get into
I gave up
the rescues?
108 to draft Judkins and 201.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, you gave up 201 as well. I hope you got a lot extra.
Yeah.
You also gave up 201.
This might turn into a Peter Rose stash. So I gave I got back. Let me bring it up because there's a lot of pieces. A lot of third round picks. Just kidding. No, just kidding.
Oh,
I got a 2026 first, a 2027 second, and the 204, 206, and 209.
I would have liked that just for the 108. I don't like that you had to give 201 as well.
I need draft pick
because his pick will probably be even later than the 108 next year. So it's probably like a 110 to 112 pick.
Yeah, I don't love that either.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
You know what they say though?
Keep failing.
Yeah.
What?
Someone wins.
Eventually, you're gonna fail forward.
You should have just taken my offer, Pete. My offer is better than that offer, I think.
At 27 first.
Yeah. Then his late 26 first on a team that is super shallow and has a chance to be a high 27 first.
Yours will be late though too.
No, not necessarily. My team has no depth whatsoever. I have no picks next year. I have no picks this year. I have Zach Ertz in my starting lineup and Cortland Sutton in my starting lineup. I have no depth.
Yeah, but you're about to add Saquon Barkley.
We'll see.
I mean, if you want to win. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our roster rescues today. Very first one up, we have Andrew. Andrew's got a 1 QB league for us to evaluate. Just kind of a regular PPR league. Nothing too crazy with the starting lineups. You start 8 guys in this. It's just a half PPR even. So from top to bottom here, right now this team is in second place in Dynasty mode. Where are they at in Contender mode, Pete? All right, so we've got a little bit of a rebuild situation here. So let's go back to Dynasty mode, and we'll take a look here. Patrick Mahomes, and then nobody else really, but it's a 1 QB league, so who cares? Running backs, Travis Etienne, Brian Robinson, and then Blake Corum. Receivers, though, pretty sexy receivers. We've got Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And then we've got Brock Bowers backed up by Kate Otten and Bretton Strange. So we've got some elite assets. We've got some elite assets here. But the running back is a little bit iffy. So let's go to the picks. A little bit iffy. Let's go to the picks. But we do have 101 and 102 to add us and Ashton Genty. And
things just changed pretty drastically around here. I was like, man, this team's in rough shape. We got a lot of work to do here, but it looks like the work will be done early and often here in the NFL draft. I mean, the receiving core is sexy. You have arguably wide receiver 1 overall. You have a wide receiver 1 from a statistical fantasy standpoint last year in Jackson Smith and Jigba. And you had the massive upside of Marvin Harrison Jr. if you could put it together. You got tight end 1 overall, which is Brock Bowers, which is a good spot to be. So, and you have 2-2, which is going to give you either the upside, because you don't need to worry about tight end. I mean, it says Kate Otten is your number 2 tight end. I would say Brenton Strange is more likely your tight end 2. I think Otten's going to suffer a little bit with the addition of at least this year of Emeka Ibuka. But I mean, that receiving core, if Marvin steps up and gives, say he's even like wide receiver 14 on the year, and Jackson Smith and Jacob do close we did last year, and Jamar Chase does 90% of what we did last year, that receiving core, that tight end will walk you into the playoffs in a 10-man league. That will just walk you in. Now, I also want to caution people, when you look at rosters, like, dude, this is a really good core. It's so much easier to build that really good core in a 10-man league. Like, it really is.
It is.
It's I always try, like, I feel like everybody's roster, not everybody, but a lot of people has a chance, more redraft-esque a little bit, but not even as much so, because you have a chance to build more depth in Dynasty. It's so much easier to build a good-looking roster, which also makes it so much harder to compete in a 10-man league, right? So, like, I always want to focus on what's ahead of me. So, like, I'd love to see what team 1 is, because you can build some scary-looking rosters if you Dynasty do it right. If you Dynasty do it dandily.
Dynasty do it right.
Yeah, I mean, look at this right here. Look at, like, right out the gates, right? Like, this team right here. Go back to this. Who's his quarterback? I know you said it doesn't matter, but it does matter. He's got Burrow, stud. He's got Kyler Murray, fantasy stud. Running backs, dominate your running back room, but it doesn't take much. If you put my name on a 24 jersey and throw me in Cleveland, I probably am better than your running back room. And I'm 45 and unathletic. His receiving core.
You got a good vertical.
Yeah, thank you so much for your support, Peter. I need that kind of motivation in life to keep me feeling sexy. I don't. We're going back to the tight ends here, but even like right away, your Brock Bowers edge is already immediately taken
mitigated.
Back a little bit because he's got Trey McBride, which isn't too far off from fantasy aspect, and he's got better depth with Sam Laporta behind you. He's got pick 110, so he's going to add probably more likely a receiver there, if I had to guess, over running back, possibly a Caleb Johnson. It's one QB league, so I can still think of possibly adding Caleb Johnson. This team's in best position to take best player available. Going back up to his receivers, can we scratch back up? You're looking at Justin Jefferson, easily could outproduce Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? Very, very
same
possible.
tier, though. Same tier. Same tier of guys.
Yeah. And if you go back up, he's got Joe Burrow, right?
It's true.
So, like, again, something I keep in mind. This guy immediately limits my Jamar. Like, okay, so if I'm the 1 and 2, I'm going to face this guy. He immediately hurts my Jamar Chase, because every time Jamar Chase scores a touchdown, Joe Burrow's getting the points as well. So that doesn't give me an edge over this player. His running backs are significantly better. And now can we go back to the receivers? Finally, the last piece of me slamming Andrew in the nuts with my words. Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Chris Godwin, who was on Jamar Chase's heels last year until he got hurt. I mean, neck and neck. Godwin actually had to lead until he got hurt for more time than Jamar Chase had to lead when it came to wide receiver 1 overall. He's got the upside of Rome. He's got the upside of Stephon Diggs on a team that doesn't have a great defense, that's going to be playing catch up and not a lot of help in the receiving room. He's got Ricky Pearsall's got some upside. He's got Cortland Sutton for some upside. So I do see a very tough path from a health standpoint to beating this team with Andrew's team alone, right? Even though he's number 2. Now, does that mean you can't beat him? 100% not. All you got to do is beat it. All you got to do is get into that championship game and have a good week, right? You need other guys to step up and have some step guys. And then as a running back situation, Garrett, we're going to help. One, we don't have a lot of depth now if we go back to our team, right? Like, who's our backup? Who's going to be our third running back?
It's going to be Brian Robinson, more than likely.
Yeah, so it's going to be Brian Robinson. He's got Travis Etienne. Could that pan out? Yeah. So if you're trying to win this year,
Let me ask you this before you get into anything else, Rich. Before you get into anything else, are you concerned? Because obviously our wide receivers are probably the sexiest part of our team, other than Brock Bowers. Are you concerned though that there's only 3 that you can really trust at this point? Like if you're trying to win a ship, are we trying to maybe use some future draft capital? Because I think with adding those 2 running backs, that puts you in the contention window, but I feel like we need another running back and another receiver to really truly be serious contenders, because injuries will happen. Like it's going to happen to somebody. We don't know who, but it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah. No, 100%. My 26 first is definitely on the table, but in season, right? Like I want to see who I can get, preferably somebody 28 and not 30, to add some depth here. We have to see what happens to Marv, because if Marv doesn't hit, like I feel like this team to win a championship is almost dead on arrival, right? Like he needs
it'd be tough.
Marv. I have some concerns for this year. Like you have his running back depth is okay if you have Brian Robinson, Travis Etienne as your backup, as long as Travis is the starter still. But you have to be concerned. We love Ashton Jeanty. Do we think he's going to be successful? For sure. Do we know for sure? No, not 100%, but we're about 98% sure he's going to be pretty damn good.
Yep.
When it comes to Mario and Hampton, how is that going to play out in 2025? Like we're all very confident about 2026, like extremely confident. But they paid Najee Harris. Najee Harris is there. Najee Harris is young. Like I can expect them to utilize both those running backs, right? Like kind of like when Devon Achane found himself situated with Raheem Mostert. Did that hurt Achane? No, he actually did the best he's ever done from a fantasy football perspective. He averaged over 7 yards per carry with Raheem Mostert there. When Raheem Mostert took a step back, Devon Achane took a step back there as well. But is that going to be enough with the way Mario Hampton plays and how he'll be utilized to push him over the edge?
I am curious to see how that kind of pans out, because think back to like early Nick Chubb days. Remember, we had just signed Carlos Hyde, I believe it was, right? We had just signed Carlos Hyde.
Yeah.
And he was the starter. And then we drafted this guy in the early part of the second. And we're like, Nick Chubb looks all right, but we'll see. And then by like week 5, Nick Chubb just like took over the job and was like, yeah, this is mine. Do you think that same kind of thing could happen here with Omarion?
Yeah, and I don't even think Nick Chubb took it over that early. He started getting some carries there. Like, remember his first 2 carries? He had 3 carries for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
like in his first game. I mean, it did. It took Nick Chubb like a year to become like the full guy. It really did. It wasn't like he dominated around the gates from a fantasy football perspective. He obviously looked good on his touches, but his touches were still somewhat limited. At the end of the year, it got better. Would you be interested here, if possible, trying to move down just a little bit? If you can grab up, like, I would love to see what I would like to do, Garrett, here is I would like to see if I can move down a little bit, pivot off of Mario Hampton. I don't know how far you got to move down to make this happen, because Trevion can easily go 1-3. I would love to see if I can kind of pick up like a second possibly, and then get Trevion, who I think will give you more of an immediate impact this year. But again, I'm totally fine with Mario Hampton. It's just, man, like if we're trying to get over that hump, if I can like package 1-2, and then what does he have? 2-3? Is that what he has? 2-3 or 2-2? Which is honestly pick 112 in a 12-man league. So 2-2.
Right. You're still going to get somebody pretty good there. You can get maybe if he falls far enough, like a Cam Scattaboo or something like that there. Yeah,
and I wouldn't mind that either. It's tough. I almost just like, hey, I'm gonna sit here. I'm taking Hampton. Hope for the best, like you said. Even though they pay Najee, they don't care. Hampton looks so good in that offense. He overcomes, and he's just a guy. And I have Ashton Jeanty, and that 2-2. You're right. Scattaboo could be there, but like I'm kind of targeting like Jack Besh, Jaden Higgins.
Fine with that too. Yep, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Something along those lines. If possible, even though it's not premium, like we're not super deep at tight. Again, that's a problem. Even though he's got Brock Bowers, so I'm not messing with tight end because you need more depth at receiver. No. I feel like since he has a little bit of depth at running back and he's adding two running backs, you're going to take best player available. Like if RJ Harvey was there at 2-2, like I'm smashing RJ Harvey, right? I don't think he'll be there in this format.
Probably not in a 1 QB, yeah.
Probably not. So like I'd be really interested in, Yeah, could I take Cam Scatterboo? But like, I don't think he makes a big difference on my team when, like you said, the depth at receiver is so thin. I'd be real interested in a Jaden Higgins or a Jack Best there, or Matthew Golden possibly if he slips down a little bit.
Let's go to contender mode, Pete, and let's look at a couple of the bottom teams. I know right now we're on the bottom. We'll be storming up as soon as we make the 101 and the 102. But I want to see, are there a couple of teams that have some older receivers or older running backs that might be some nice trade targets? Don't love this team. Chuba could be a nice one. I would like to get Chuba as my third running back. I would feel much more confident in him than I would Brian Robinson or a Travis Etienne. But I would also be very interested in like a Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel to help kind of fill out my wide receiver room a little bit as well. So I think this team right here is probably a good trade target. And they don't have a pick this year, but they have 2 and 26, which tells me they probably have started to realize I might just not have it this year. But shoot, I don't have any picks this year either. So I'm going to start planning ahead. So I think it could be different.
I think it'd be different, Gary. I think they're going to trade their first because they're in. You know what I mean? Like they want to go in for this year, and they're thinking, hey, DeAndre Swift right now looks really good. With no Nick Chubb there, Chuba Hubbard's the starter. You might like what he has in Tyrone Tracy. He's got. I mean, he doesn't have his 26 first, right?
These wide receivers are super win now.
Oh, he has his 26 first.
They do have theirs.
He's got two. He's got multiple 26. Oh, so he's got multiple 26. So maybe he's kind of thinking the future.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's got an eye toward the future if things don't work too well. Who's his quarterback? Yeah, so he's got some young quarterbacks.
See, I don't think
I would at least approach him.
I don't think he'd sell any of those receivers or running backs for 2-2. I don't think he would. I bet this team, from his perspective, thinks he's going to compete this year.
All right, try it and see. 10 team, everyone thinks they can compete. So it might be more of an in-season type of deal, but I definitely think this is a team to target with some older running backs and some older receivers that you could look at. What about like 7 and 8?
And I'm not targeting a running back with 2-2. I'm targeting a receiver. Like he's Adam Hampton.
I'm not giving 2-2. I'm not giving 2-2, Rich. I'm looking at my 26 first.
Oh, you're 26 first. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not looking at 2-2.
Right. If we're
Mike Evans potentially, but this team, that's a problem in a 10 team. Everyone is like a piece or two away from contending. And so that's where it gets tricky. So find the guy that doesn't believe in himself.
I honestly think you're trading your 26 first in season for that receiver depth before you start hitting your buys. And you're going to get somebody who's healthy, somebody who is producing. Again, you're looking for that 28-year-old range. It is a lot easier to move players in 10-man leagues because a lot of people have more depth as well. And I think injuries are going to happen. So some guys these teams are going to fall down when their running backs go down, their quarterback goes down. I think for this team, Garrett, I'm just sticking with my picks. I'm taking them. I'm taking Hampton. I'm taking Genty. If you like Trevion Henderson more than Hampton, I'm totally okay with taking Henderson over Hampton. Really, I really am. And at 2-2, I'm hoping to get like Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins, or Jack Besh. Like that's who I'm trying to get there. And then in season, move my 26 first for a receiver. I think best case scenario here, Garrett, would be like Brian Robinson or Travis Etienne looks good. And then you get to package like that running back. Well, no, because they're rebuilding. They don't want them. So you can package that and your 26 first for some a good player. But I think your 26 first alone would be good enough. That's what's nice too. Your 26 first is always valuable, even if you're a contender, because worst case, it's pick 110, right? Like that's worst case is 110. And with that team ahead of you, I'm like, oh, this is probably worst case 1-9. Not saying you, again, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not saying you can't win with that roster. You get 100% win. But you need Marv to hit and you need both your rookie running backs to hit. So you're asking for 3 different scenarios all to pan out. And in fantasy football, when you don't have a lot of depth, that realistically, which again, you have to be realistic with these teams, like that's a lot to ask for, right? Like for your entire rest of your team to stay healthy and those 3 gambles that all hit. Like that's a lot to ask for and to stay healthy. So at the same time, like your 26 first could be decent, but like I am along that, and that gives you another like by waiting as well, that gives you time to make sure your team's healthy, right? Like, because if you leave one, if you lose,
yeah, in case you're at the point where shoot, I'm 2-6, like things just went sideways. Absolutely.
And Garrett, with this roster, like that's okay. That's okay. Like if this isn't the year to like take that step, like you're set up to like take all these picks and capital to use your 26 first next year and compete in 26, right? Like your team's young enough and you're adding the young there. Like this isn't something like, oh, I gotta go all in. So maybe like you're the team that kind of sits back, keeps your first, and you're looking to move off of Etienne and Robinson at any point in season to grab extra capital, preferably in 2027, because I think then you can compete in 2026 with your higher draft pick, because there will be a running back there for you to draft with your higher draft pick. And then if you have extra 27 picks, one that gives you in-season trade bait for next year, or put you in a position in a really good class to add already to your young roster. So I think I go either way. Like I kind of want to see how my team plans out. And maybe I kind of, because then Omar Hampton in 26 will be the guy all in, right? So like, absolutely, I'm somewhat even more leaning to like, hey, I'll see what I could do in 26 and 2025 here, Garrett. But maybe we wait till 26 to make the push with this team. And then in season, try to maybe like offload some of those running backs. Maybe Josh Jacobs goes down and Marshawn Lloyd looks good. Maybe Blake Corum gets an opportunity. But mostly like I want to move off of Etienne and Robinson at second round value even. You know, in a 10-man league, I'm totally comfortable with second round value. Definitely in 2027.
All right, so a couple quick housekeeping things. Andrew, best of luck this season, guy. I think you have a lot of options that you can take. So a couple of housekeeping things. One, I know a couple people talking about the fast draft promotion. It is a manual process. So there is within a week, it will make sure it's sent to you, but it's a manual process. Jared has to wait for the new list to be sent to him every week of who signed up and who didn't, things like that. So sometimes it could take as much as a week. Typically, it will be less, though. So just a quick
it's usually a week.
That.
It's usually a week. It all depends. I mean, obviously it depends when you sign up. Yeah. So basically, like Fast Draft, like sends us the list of everybody that's signed up. We make sure that they did that. They played in a contest, and then we reach out to you, right? Because that's a qualifier. You have to play in a contest. You just don't sign up. You got to play in that $10 contest as well to get it. So usually it's a week. Worst case scenario. Worst case, 2 weeks at the worst. At the very worst. But usually, it's about a week, 7 days ish. Depends when you sign up.
So if you get, you do it one day and the list goes out the next day, you might get it within 24 hours.
Yeah, so that's the brutal. Yeah, because I think we get the list on Sundays to give everybody kind of an idea of when we get it. I think it comes in on Sundays. Yeah. I think Jared reviews it on Mondays and starts getting stuff out. So,
yep. And if you're watching right now, there's about 100 of you guys watching right now. If you're watching right now and you're like, man, I would love to get my roster taken a look at, there is a QR code up in the upper right-hand corner. Go ahead and scan that. And that is how you have the opportunity for us to take a look at your roster, talk about what we would do, who we would trade for, who we would draft, all of that good stuff. So that's your opportunity right there in the upper right-hand corner. But you might be like, you know what, Garrett? I don't know that I want an entire roster reviewed or rescued. I think I just need a quick answer on a trade. If you do a super chat on YouTube, sometimes we just answer random questions for fun. But if you want to make sure like, hey, I want to make sure I get my question answered, all you have to do is a super chat and just put it in the comments. And then we'll make sure that we answer your question live on the air as we get them and as they come in. So with all that, last little housekeeping thing. If you're looking at the tools we're using and you're like, hey, I would love to be able to just check out where my team is at any time in Dynasty value, or I want to see what kind of trades I could make in my mock draft, go to the Dynasty GM app. We are going to give you 15% off with the promo code Roster Rescue. It is I'm serious. And this is not because I work for Dynasty Nerds. It is the best tool in fantasy football. Everything you could possibly need there. Plus you get an extra podcast of us every week. You get the nerd score. So that's our pre-draft tape evaluation. You get on there and you can even watch all 22 games. If you've never tried to find an all 22 game of college football, it is so freaking difficult to find an all 22 game of college football. Go there. You can watch any player in this rookie draft class. And look, Rich is making out with the GM app. So
my team's so sexy. I can't help myself sometimes. Just shows up all provocative looking with Jaden Daniels and all these guys. And I'm just like, oh, my nipples.
All right. All right. Let's get to our next one here. Pete, who do we got up next?
I just have the username right now. Let me, John's roster.
This is my guy, John.
Yep.
All right, John.
You know him? You know him? Also, you're like super pixelated right now. You look like when someone gets interviewed and they're not supposed to know their identity.
Yeah, I saw him touch the boy.
All right. Well, you know what? This wouldn't be a roster rescue show without some technical difficulties. So I'll read it real quick, and then Rich will let you start breaking it down again. So quarterback, we have Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Drake May, Dak Prescott, tons of ammunition in super flex leagues there at quarterback. Devon A. Chan, Jonathan Taylor at running back, backed up by Tyjae Spears and Jalen Wright. Wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins, holy cow, Lad McConkey, Chris Olave, Khalil Shakir. Tight ends, we have Tucker Kraft, Kyle Pitts, and Ben Sinnott. But we do not have...
The draft already happened because he has Woody Marks on his team.
Yeah.
So
correct. So we are looking ahead to 2026. We do not have our first, but we have 227 first. Sounds like somebody that's been listening to our show. I'm going to leave. Rich, take it away.
You see that trade that went down today in the Dynasty Invitational? I sent that trade to Benjamin Solak and
I did see that.
I sent it both Benjamin Solak and Connor Rogers. I think Connor just not his, but that's been sitting in Ben's inbox forever. I log in today because the draft started today, and all of a sudden, like, trade completed. You got Ben Solak's 27 first. And guess what, Ben? I don't like your team that much. I think it's going to be pretty high 27 first. What do you got to say about that, Ben? I know you're not watching, so I can talk smack, but I think it's going to be a high 27 first. So I'm all about that. Just another one that goes down, dude. I'm telling you, I think I have like 4 26 firsts left, and I got a shitload of 27 first, man. I'm getting ready to party in 2 years. I wrote in the chat, I was like, I'll see you guys in 2 years. So good job. I love seeing that. I don't want a free Diddy. He's been diddling too much. So you're set up there. But the key too is like, how do you can you withstand 2 years of no draft picks? Like, how does your team look? And at running back, you're a little skimpy. It's like you're at a nude beach, but you got like a Speedo on. At least you're covered very slightly with the Jalen right there. Tyjae Spears, somebody we like. You have the upside of Woody Marks. You have the upside of Trevor Etienne. I think Woody Marks can help you more next year, which is going to be really nice as well because you need it. But listen, man, with these receivers, you've got all of the capital you need to pivot. Now, it looks like he needs to start all those receivers, doesn't it? Because this is start 11.
Yeah, this is a super deep league. This is a super deep league.
It is a start 11. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So you see number 1 in Contender?
Yep. That makes sense right now.
Yeah.
And then number 1 in Dynasty as well.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Because 27 first. Who's his quarterbacks? Is Superflex? Can we go back up?
He's got all of them.
Allen, Herbert, May, Prescott.
Okay. So right away, like I need to.
We only need 3, right?
Yeah. I'm looking to get off of Dak Prescott for some running back help. I'm willing, in a 10-man league. Listen, in a 10-man league with those quarterbacks,
it's not as important.
You have 4 of them, first of all, right? So you have a majority of them compared to everybody else. I am willing to lose a trade on Twitter, lose a trade in a Dynasty trade calculator just to get better at running back. So who's last? Who's down there in contender mode that needs some help?
A. Copel says, I don't understand some of these roster rescues. They're more like roster brags. Where's the last in Dynasty and 8th in Contender type rosters?
Dude, no joking, but on there, I was like, in my head, I was like, man, I think some people just buy these to show off their teams, which I was
should.
I was like, I respect the shit out of that because I would like that too. Because you ever sit there with a team, obviously we're in the business, right? So everybody gets to see all our nonsense, but I can imagine sitting there and dude, look what I did. Look what I built. I need people out there that enjoy this. It'd be like
appreciate how freaking good this is.
Yeah, like you have the number 1 Pokemon card. Like you need people to know, right? Like you need people to like know like your collection. Like or like, dude, I build Legos. Like look at this fucking Lego city I built. Like this is glamorous. Like if you can't show it off to people that appreciate Legos, right? If you show it to some hot model, she'll be like, oh, this guy's still playing with toys. Okay, he doesn't appreciate it. But if you show it to other like Lego enthusiasts, they're like, oh my gosh, you're my hero.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Hey, honestly, Rich, I even do I do some little side shows where I do like entire leagues where I do a podcast, and 85% of the time I would say the team that purchased like me to do their entire league. So it's not just going to them, it's going to their entire league to hear this podcast. 85% of the time they're the number 1 team. Like,
yeah, and they want you to talk shit to all the rest of their league mates going, oh, you can't mess 100%. With Garrett. Dude, you guys are like toilet water looking up at his booty hole. Like, come on. I think it's about to get real wet down here. Anyway, this team is not this guy is not going to trade with us. He does not want Dak Prescott. He needs a quarterback, but I guarantee this guy's like, I'm not buying an old quarterback.
Well, and what would we really take from him that would even be
nothing?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Although I will say in a 10-team league, I am not as quarterback crazy as I am in 12-team or especially 14-team leagues.
Yeah.
Like, so if somebody's like, hey, I don't necessarily want an old quarterback. I don't want Dak Prescott. I'm willing to talk about some of my other ones not named Josh Allen.
Oh, like Drake May. Yeah, but again, I'd be willing to move Drake May too. But again, this team doesn't have any. We're gonna keep that in mind as we go up to look. Can we go to the next aisle, please? This aisle is all vegetables. I can't say that. I like vegetables. This is all processed food. I hate processed food.
I love processed food. I wish I didn't.
It does taste good.
The more hands involved in making the food, the better.
Make my food out of Play-Doh. Can we go to Team 9, Peter?
Are you in a
what? A Dynasty League? Yeah.
No, a fast. Oh. Are you on a fast right now?
I haven't eaten. I don't know. I ate at 7:00 yesterday. It was the last time I ate. 7 p.m. It's 12:30.
Yeah, that would be a fast.
I fast daily.
Are we looking at Team 9?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Brees could be.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Joe Mixon.
Here we go.
They need a quarterback so bad too.
Oh yeah, Drake May to them is like me looking at Megan Fox. Yowzers. So they got the running backs we need. But
they needed a quarterback.
If I'm giving Drake May, like I feel like with his appreciation right now, I think Breece Hall, we value him more than everybody else in the community. So like if we offer Drake May this team, we could probably get Breece Hall. I would offer this guy Drake May for Breece Hall in his 27 first and see what he says.
You could try. The 10 team is going to lower like the quarterback value for some people. So it might not get done, but it might get done straight up though.
Yeah. Well, now, not for Drake May for Breece Hall straight up. I guess it's close.
In the 10 team, 12 team, I would never do it, but
dude, if that's the case, like there is a little bit of a red flag, like the kind they put on when they want to mark your like utilities when they're doing something around your street, like the little red flags. He's got one of those, like a utility check on him. So like, it's not like if I'm giving him a Drake May, like I want to have like a little bit like more like surety to it, right? Like I want a little bit more confidence.
If he's like, I'll give you Kyron in the first, would you do that?
Oh, I don't have any belief in long-term Kyron personally.
You don't. I know.
Wait, Kyron in 27 first?
In the 27 first.
Oh yeah, I'd probably do that. Like I'd be willing to gamble on it. Well, hold on. Let's see his team. Can we go down a little bit? Maybe if he's got old receivers, because I'm getting real aroused. Okay, not that old. Not that great though either. And 10 team.
Yeah, middle of the road.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting off dirty, right? I'm gonna start off like I've had like 10 drinks, so I'm coming in like Rico Suave. Meanwhile, I got food on the side of my mouth. I'm gonna offer him Drake May and see if I can get a counter for Breece Hall in his 27 first. One, he's got the running back depth to do it. Maybe he has doubts about Breece Hall too because of what he did last year. Two, he needs a second quarterback. He'd be super, super stoked about getting a young quarterback there in a weak quarterback class. Three, it's a 27 first. It's 2 years down the road. I've obviously, like, we know, like, I've been talking about the 27 class. You and I have been talking about the 27 class now for 9 months. And, like, I've had no problem getting 27 first. You saw what I gave up to in a league to Benjamin Solak, who literally does NFL drafts for ESPN. And he smashed my 26 first for his 27 first. And I only had to give it was like a third and a fourth, like nothing on top. Again, I'm sprinkling all this doo-doo across my 26 first to spice up that 27 first. So I think it might, I know it sounds like it might not get it done because the way it is, but that might get it done. And if not, yeah, I'd settle for Kyron in his 27 first. Because you said you're starting for the most part. Your two quarterbacks are pretty safe that you have. So even if Drake May hits, it's not in the world because you get the 27 first in your back pocket. And that gives you 3 27 firsts. Now all of a sudden, like you have all the ammo in the world to go get Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith, preferably Jeremiah Smith, because he's going to be 100%. Guaranteed the next super stud receiver. I'd pay 5 first for him right now. That's a lot. Maybe I would.
That's a lot.
Maybe I would.
I mean, if they're all 8 though.
Yeah.
They're all like 112s. So yeah, I think you're in a great spot. You're going to be able to trade with this guy. What does he have the rest of the team again? Remind me. Scroll down to receiver and tight end. So yeah, we got Malik Neighbors, CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins. Holy crap. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to get a more secure tight end as well. With it being tight end premium. Like, I like Tucker Kraft. I think he has a lot of upside, but can I trade Tucker Kraft and Kyle Pitts? And like, what's our picks?
You got to keep one of them. He doesn't have any picks.
He's got 227 first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, more looking at 26 second then. I'm not getting my 27 first yet.
I mean, if there's a team willing to trade, like, okay, this team right here.
Go back. Yeah, because Johnny Smith would be a nice addition. Yeah.
Well, what's the rest of his team look like? Because could you overpay and get Trey McBride on your team? He doesn't have any running backs.
Doesn't need a quarterback.
Doesn't need a quarterback. Receivers are very hit and miss.
Yeah, but this team's in transmission mode, though. Can you tell he has Cam Ward and Trevian Henderson, so he had 2 high firsts. Like,
what's his picks? He's only got his first in 26 and in 27. I'm cracking that door open. Like, hey, I know you could use some future draft capital. Where are you at with Trey McBride? I'm at least asking the question. If not, if you get shut down, you get shut down. It happens.
But he's got 3 quarterbacks too. Our number one asset to move here is like Drake May or Dak Prescott.
No, I'm talking about our 27 first.
Look, I love Trey McBride for your 27 first.
For both of them, you might.
Oh,
this team, by the way, also really needs quarterback. I guess they have Fields, but
it Fields to get them through the year. But yeah, they could definitely use somebody.
Loveland, but you probably don't want to take a shot there.
And he can use a little bit of receiver help too.
He could. So I'm at least asking because otherwise, like, my team is definitely one of the top teams. It's going to be one of the top teams. Can I either get some more depth at my running back spot or my wide receiver spot? Because you start 11, so you need a lot of receivers. Or can I take my tight ends and upgrade them somehow?
Okay, for this, what about this team right here? Would you offer this team your 27 first and Dak Prescott? Because this team's like built a little bit more to win now. They'd be a little bit thin at running back, but you think you can get Saquon and Njoku for Dak and your 27 first? Would you be okay with that?
I would be okay with that. I don't know if it'll get done.
Probably not.
And the only tricky part is like Njoku. Like, is he that much different than Tucker Kraft? Like,
no, but it gives you more. It gives you more game. You're doing it for Saquon, but like it gives you at least it gives you another shot. David Njoku's a free agent after this year. If they don't extend him, he'd go like at 29. He'll be 29 and still an athletic freak. He'd go sign somewhere for a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like he would get paid. He'd be a high commodity in free agency, or they trade him somewhere. I don't think Njoku is that far off. I mean, Njoku has shown us that he has the talent, if targeted, to be a top 5 fantasy tight end. So it's there at least. I mean, it's another gamble on like in the belt, right? Because I mean, let's face it, outside of Bowers, McBride, Hawkinson, like everybody else, like everybody else is a gamble as well. Like they're in that Njoku range, right? Like we hope Sam Laporta can repeat. We hope Dalton Kincaid can step up. I mean, Kittle's probably is a for sure thing too now with that contract extension and Ayuk not starting, but everybody else is still kind of, I almost view them all like in that Njoku range, right? Like same thing with like the rookies, like Colston Loveland, they have youth on their hands is what's so attractive, and the unknown. But like Njoku to me could be just like Jonnu Smith. He could be a top 5 fantasy tight end if utilized.
Right. And that team, speaking of Jonnu Smith, I am, if Trey McBride is a non-starter and he just won't talk about it. All right. What about Jonnu Smith? Just to secure things a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind offering my 26 second for Jonnu Smith. He's got 2 other tight ends. He's got Likely and McBride. So I'd have no problem for this team because I'm trying to make a bit. I'm trying to add layers of depth to this team. Like when I'm a championship caliber team, this is exactly the kind of moves I want to make. Like I want to offer that team, honestly, a simple trade. I expect my pick to be like 2.9, 2.10. I'm going to offer my 26 second for Jonnu Smith and hope Tyreek Hill gets traded. Yeah. Now, Fannin doesn't. I don't think Fannin decreases his value. He's a stiff tight end, and Njoku's a better move tight end, overall athlete. He's a 3rd round pick. Tight ends take historically 2 to 3 years to develop. Harold Fannin's super young. He's 20. He's the youngest player in the entire draft at tight end. So I don't think he increases his value. I think if he shows enough, what it does is it gives them a better opportunity to move off of Njoku for a team that's kind of cash strapped or salary cap strapped. It gives them a better chance to move off of Njoku, which doesn't hurt his value. I mean, Njoku going somewhere else and somebody's going to pay him a lot of money, that can increase Njoku's value more than anything. Definitely if like a guy like Travis Kelce like leaves and the Chiefs sign Njoku because they want to fill that position. A lot of teams can use a good tight end.
Yeah.
Really quick. I also see this, the May and Ladd for Mahomes and McBride. Do you guys have Drake May or Patrick Mahomes ahead for you in Dynasty rankings?
Still have Mahomes
ahead.
Okay.
But I would do that. I would do that deal.
You'd give up
even
Drake
with your
May
love for Ladd?
Yeah, because I'm so deep at receiver, like I'd rather upgrade my tight end position. Like losing Ladd sucks, but like it doesn't hurt my team because I'm upgrading my tight end position so much, and then it's tight end premium. So I can still, if Kraft hits, right, I can still slide Kraft into my other flex role, right? If my other tight end hits, I can still slide them into my flex role. So I'd have no problem doing that move. You still get Mahomes. Mahomes still has another 7 years on the deal. He'll always be somebody you could flip down the road. You lose May, but Mahomes is guaranteed. I said, I think Ladd and McBride's like a lateral move. And tight end premium, I would rather have, as much as I love Ladd McConkey, I'd much rather have Trey McBride. Way more so. So I would do that. Absolutely. If that deal can get through, I would definitely do that deal.
Perfect. All right. Real quick, if you guys want to, if you guys have specific trades, you don't have to scan the submit a roster. Just put a super chat in the chat. We'll make sure to get your trades. We will discuss maybe a couple topics. So we do have another roster rescue to get to here in just a second, but scan that QR code if you want a roster rescued. If you just have a trade question, go ahead and put it in the chat with just a little super chat on there, and we'll make sure to discuss it live. All right. So go ahead, Pete.
Fantasy Wheeze brought up that he thinks that ETN is a buy low right now. What do you project that Jacksonville backfield long-term and short-term this year?
I think long-term, the running back of the future is not on the roster long-term. I think he's going to be either signed via free agency or drafted. With them paying players, trying to build that team, I wouldn't be surprised if they draft the running back at some point. They did pick up the 5th-year option on ETN, so he is.
That was before the new regime.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still his contract's guaranteed, and he's a 1st-round pick, so that contract's not like it's like a cheap contract. Like he's still getting paid compared to other running backs. Like he's still gonna be one of the highest paid running backs in the league
this season.
But new coach and new regime, so like. You're right. I kind of think Trevor. Now I got Trevor and Travis. Yeah. Kind of trying to screw with my mind here. I honestly, think how devalued it is, I think Travis Etienne is a buy too. Because you probably get him for like a late second for this draft class, and the upside's there, right? This team is obviously ready to take a big step forward offensively. They bring in Liam Cohen. They have Brenton Strange, who look good. They bring in Travis Hunter. They got Brian Thomas. They got Trevor Lawrence. So they're still going to have a strong running game. And, Travis Etienne's shown he could be a big time explosive running back. So if those receivers kind of open up the offense a little bit more for Travis, he could absolutely have another really solid year this year in Jacksonville. And on a year-to-year basis, for a guy who already gave you a running back 1 year, if he can give us another running back 1 year and then a running back 2 year, historically, that's a home run pick from a rookie standpoint. So if I can give up a second-round pick, I have no problem ever. And I don't care if they're ready to retire, like a la Derrick Henry. If I can get a running back for a second-round pick that's going to give me a running back 1 year or a high-end running back 2 year, I have no problem paying that anytime, anywhere, if I'm a contender, right? It's totally worth the value for that 1 year of production. And that 1 year might be this year only, but it's fine. I'm fine with that.
And I think that's the biggest part of this is if you're going into it and you're going to trade buy low, I have no issue buying low. Buy low on running backs, great. But I think Cohen did show his hand a little bit with what he's wanting in the draft. Look at where he came from. Came from a team with Bucky Irving and Rashad White, 2 pass-catching running backs. What did they draft this year? They drafted Bashaw Tootin and LaQuint Allen, 2 pass-catching running backs. Like, he wants to transform this offense into more of something like that. Travis and Etienne and Tank Bigsby are both guys that are not known for their pass-catching ability. So I think this year, I think you're right. I think Travis Etienne could still be a good asset. We'll see what happens with Tootin and how those two guys mesh together or don't. But long-term, I think they are looking to have some versatile running backs that can do multiple things. And I don't know that Travis Etienne fits that mold.
Where was Tootin taken? Was he the 5th round? Fourth round. Oh yeah. So, I mean, I'll say this.
He was right above. Yeah. He was right above Cam Scadaboo 2 picks before him.
Yeah. So Tootin actually does have a very solid chance to be the running back of the future there. I think if Travis does struggle a little bit, I think Tootin will get that opportunity. He is handpicked by the team. The regime 4th round draft capital is still pretty solid for a running back. The fact that he went ahead of Cam Scadaboo, who's also a really good pass catcher running back, I thought he actually would have fit Jacksonville pretty well.
He would have actually, yeah.
I think actually Tootin could be the future there. I mean, it's safe to say with him getting a 5th year option, they're not going to resign him. They're not going to pay him. So Travis Etienne is still young enough. He'll probably get a contract somewhere else. But again, that still holds value. The upside of him signing somewhere and getting an immediate ADP bump. Like, I do agree. I think Travis Etienne is a buy low.
Are we doing this trade McConkey in the 105 for 101 and the 201?
I would take the 101 and 201.
I would take I'll take the 105 and Ladd McConkey. Dude, Ladd McConkey was a wide receiver 1 last year. They had no serious, like, they didn't add anything serious to hurt him. They brought in Mike Williams, Quinn Johnson. The writing's on the wall with that. They already admit their mistake by taking Trey Harris where they took him. Right. Again, Ladd McConkey was a wide receiver 1, and they just drastically upgraded their running back game. J.K. Dobbins looked good, but their running game is drastically updated. Ladd McConkey could easily be a wide receiver 1. So if I can get a wide receiver 1, again, there's only 12 of those guys out there. That's an elite asset to have in Dynasty. Definitely a 22-year-old wide receiver 1, and then add 1.5 and come away with Trevion Henderson or trade away for approver. I'd much rather listen. Ashton Genty's going to be a stud, but on points per game basis, I don't necessarily know how far away McConkey and Ashton Genty will be. I will tell you this. I feel very confident whoever I take at 1.5 and I put that those points with Ladd McConkey are going to drastically outproduce Ashton Genty. So as much as I love Ashton Genty, he's still a running back. He is a stud. He's not proven. Ladd McConkey is absolutely proven. I saw the tape recently, and I don't know how it's the first time I saw it, of the draft room going up and trading up to get Ladd McConkey and how excited Harbaugh and the GM were to get Ladd McConkey. And they were just talking like, dude, Justin and Ladd are going to be such a good pairing for years to come. I am not moving off that for
it would
another
be
pick. 1.5 is an elite asset still, Garrett.
It would be situational dependent for me. If I was, like the team we just had, we're deep at receiver, but I need that running back to put me over the top. I'm willing to do it. 201 is still a good asset. You're going to be able to maybe get a tight end there. Maybe Jackson Dart is there. So it is still a good asset. That being said, in a vacuum, I do think McConkey and 105 is probably the better side in a vacuum. Did you just do the Shador celebration?
Dang right I did.
While we're on the topic of 101, Brock Bowers and Trevion Henderson for Genty, Tucker Kraft, and
done and done. Done and done. Bowers and Trevion all day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
Wait, is that real life?
Yeah,
dude.
And it was offered to him.
It was offered to him.
Dude, when those deals come by me, boy, do I like break my phone almost.
But does the 2027 third change anything?
Yeah, you're right, Peter. Let's sit back and really analyze this. I'm telling you, honestly, in fantasy football, Trevion Henderson can outproduce Ashton Genty. It's possible. I see it.
It's definitely possible. I wouldn't expect it this year with Rashad
or any year, but it's possible.
It's definitely possible. But honestly, Rich, remove Henderson from that. I would probably still do that in tight end premium just for Bowers.
Yeah, I would give up Ashton Genty for Brock Bowers. Remember,
I mean, you had to give up Kraft.
Ashton Genty is in a group of young stud running backs. Brock Bowers, the only person I'll even listen to right now to like be, if you want to say he's not in a tier by himself, is Trey McBride. He's still one of two at that point. I think he's one of one, personally, but if you want to call him one of two, that's still better than 1 of 5. And running back still the easiest position. Now, not from that scale of like Bijan, but again, we also don't know. Like, we're very confident Ashton Genty is going to be really good, right? But I was also really confident J.K. Dobbins was going to be good. I was very confident Breece Hall was going to be running back.
To be fair,
I was confident Trent Richardson was going to be good.
Okay, that one's more fair because J.K. Dobbins showed he was a very good running back. He just couldn't stay healthy.
You were confident that Javonte Williams was going to be good.
And he was until he got hurt.
He was till he wasn't. But you're right. I mean, dude, but that's a running back position, though. It's so fluid.
Anybody can get hurt.
And as sexy as those running backs are, I don't care what your name is. Bijan Robinson, whatever. Like, everything's on the table at all times for me for that position. Like, everything's very fluid. And I have a chance to get like an elite asset somewhere else that's like super young and like almost guaranteed. And definitely if it's a fewer that commodity, like, you know, even at quarterback, like there's still a tier, right? Like you have Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen, like there's still a tier. Like you feel way better having Jaden Daniels than you do. I don't know who's going high in a second at quarterback, somewhere in that range. You know, like, again, you feel much better. Again, if you have Sam Laporta or Hawkinson, like you feel good at tight end, but they ain't in the same conversation as having Brock Bowers, like not even the same conversation. So like, if you can be like having those elite assets is always something I'm trying to do in Dynasty fantasy football. I want to get that edge.
All right, let's head over to Joshua's roster. Joshua's ready to have his roster.
Speaking of the edge, Joshua Tree, you too.
There you go.
Wait, is that you too?
Loading.
Is that you too, Joshua Tree? I don't know. I'm not a big U2 guy. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. It's already loaded. I was going to ask you who you thought was going to take the most games as quarterbacks on the Browns this year. Do you have a prediction yet?
I think we're going to see more than one. I think Dylan Gabriel. I saw today a report today that the Browns had Dylan Gabriel as their number 2 quarterback on the board.
Of course, they have to say those kinds of things if they took him.
That's true too. That is true too.
Was Sanders number 1?
It was Cam Ward.
As it should be. All right, Joshua's team here. This is a 12-team super flex league, not tight end premium though. So just super flex, not a tight end premium league. We have Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Captain Kirk Cousins. Running back wise, we've had our draft. So we've got Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton, and then Jonathan Brooks after that. So not a lot of depth there. Receiver, though, we've got Puka Nacua, Rashee Rice, Brandon Ayuk, and then Jawan Jennings, Rashid Shaheed, Darnell Mooney. Tight ends, Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely, Ben Sinnott. We have 2 firsts in 2026.
Oh, nice.
So we are, getting the ball rolling with this rebuild.
No 27 first.
No, we have our.
Yeah, we do. No, we do. Never mind. I missed it. Sorry.
And a 28 first.
We do now have 2028 firsts in there. It's always weird when that first starts to roll over and you're like 28. What?
Yeah, I have one league and I don't even know why because I can't find in the sleeper settings for some reason. We're in the Nerds Best Ball League. 28 are available trade. I'm like, why is that? I went in the settings to go like take that off, so it can only be 2 years ahead, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I think all sleeper leagues give you 3.
Oh, okay. I'm just stupid.
Yeah,
don't agree with me.
As soon as the drafts are done for this season, they start to give you those picks of
thank you, Sensei. All right, so let's look at this team. He's got 226.
Can we look at Contender real quick? Look at Contender because I have a feeling so we are really like a middle of the road team either way.
Yeah, it looks like a middle of the road team. You have no depth.
Go ahead. We don't.
Yeah, I'm can we go that team 1 real quick? So that team's not that great for being a contender.
They have no quarterbacks, but their
receivers are handsomer than me.
Yeah, those are some pretty good receivers.
Who's got Kittle? He's got no first till 28 though. This guy's a shaking baker.
Is this a trade for their 2028 first?
Yeah,
team.
Yeah, because the hard part is this is a glass house team. They're like one injury away from like not being good.
This team is dude. If Achane goes, like this team is very beatable.
Yeah.
I like our team better than this team. Well, let me go to those receivers again.
On the other team?
Yeah, just get a little blood flow going in my body real quick.
Pretty
dude. Yeah, but even then, dude, like, yeah, he's got Jamar Chase, he's got Justin Jefferson, but like then he's got Nico. That's it. Mike Evans won't be playing anywhere next year.
5 weeks, you're gonna kill this guy.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I had his 20. Yeah, I would take this guy's 28 first.
It's playing super far ahead. All right, so this seriously is one of those situations where you've got to be really transparent because you're starting 9 guys, and right now on our team, of course, Pete left, and so we can't look at our team. But
what?
Eric, put some pants on, pervert.
All right,
those are some long boxers.
Did he just floss?
Yep.
All right.
I think so. Like it would do in silk. When you wear silk boxers, you floss.
That's right. All right. So looking at our team, like we are really one of those stuck in the middle teams. So we've got to decide one direction or the other, because right now we're just going to live in this purgatory and keep picking. Oh, we got 107 this year. We've got 105 this year. We've got like this is a purgatory type team. Now they're in the process of rebuilding, obviously with the first 2 picks of those running backs. So Rich, what are you like? I don't think this is a situation where we're close enough that I feel comfortable moving future draft capital to go all in. Are you?
Yeah, because I mean, kind of go back to the Hampton take. I don't know if Hampton necessarily gives you enough to put it in. If we had one more running back, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable. But I also don't love the class next year. I would like to,
and even our receivers are like pretty thin because after Puka and like Rice, I love the upside, but there's a lot of risk there. Brandon Ayuk is coming off an injury. Who do we have below Ayuk?
Nobody.
Juwan Jennings, Rashid Shaheed. Yeah. So that's the thing. There's not enough depth to start 9, which makes it a little bit easier as opposed to start 10 or 11. But yeah, and Kyle Pitts, like, so we're in purgatory.
Can you click on team 10 for me real quick? I want to see the receivers. I would love to start like.
Let me ask this, Rich. Let me ask this real quick before you look at this specific team. Is this a situation where we say, man, it was so nice getting Ashton Genty. All right, now who wants him? Because
I'd be totally.
Does he do anything for your team? Like that's the problem.
You don't have enough. He could, but you don't have enough depth to really make it matter. Now, because we saw the one team, right? Like they're beatable. Like they're definitely beatable. So this team, like if you hit all cylinders, Ayuk comes back right away and looks really good, and then Hampton is the clear number 1 and dominates like better than J.K. Dobbins last year, and you stay completely healthy, you could beat team 1 for sure. But like you said, like, am I cut off my nose to spite my face here? Like trying to like go all in because like Ayuk's probably not going to start the season. I was thinking like, okay, I would like to look at like some of these teams. Like I'm definitely open to moving Genty. And that's what I was kind of looking at this team right here. So like could I get Bucky Irvin plus for Genty here?
Does he have a receiver or tight end?
He doesn't have a lot at receiver. That's what kind of sucks. Because I'm also willing to like move Puka off this team as well. Like I'm definitely willing to move like those two main assets, Puka Nacua, and like
Hampton. I'm probably holding because I think he's going to have even more value.
Yeah, in the future. Oh, I agree 100%. That's why I'd be quicker to move Genty than I was. But it would be nice to have like that cornerstone running back on that team as well. He does have 26 first. So like I'm also debating like Garrett, like do we just try to get like offload all those 20, like both those 26 first and then add our depth that way? Like kind of get like a 3-for-2 deal, like a vet, a decent age guy, and another running back, and try to go for it because I think it's possible. Like, can we go look at the number 2 team in Contender? Because the number 1 I think is not like he's beatable. James Conner, yeah, dude. All these teams are like
good, but not great.
Yeah,
he's good at tight end. Hawkinson. Okay,
they're not. I mean, they're really not. Like they're they're not. They're beatable, man. So like, I feel like in the right move. Okay, go to number 3. They're deep at receiver. They're good at running back. Okay.
But none of these teams have depth.
No, but this guy's got a lot of depth at receiver. Like okay, if we're gonna move Ashton Genty, right? Garrett Wilson, Jack Besh. Like, I wonder if that would get it done. Garrett Wilson, Jack Besh. They don't really need. I mean, everybody needs Genty, but like, I don't know. This team has got enough running backs. Like, I don't know they're willing to overpay. You know,
who are their quarterbacks?
Jordan Love and Bo Nix.
I mean, this guy would definitely like. I mean, hey, Garrett, let's face the facts. Everybody wants Ashton Genty. It's not like we don't need to find a buyer. Either a contender, your rebuilder. We can.
But I'm not taking like. I feel good enough about that trade. Like, no, I want to walk away from that trade. Like, I got more value than I gave an Ashton Genty. Like, I want to feel confident.
And that's why I look at this team, Garrett. Because look, if I look at this team and I'm saying, hey, man, if I offer you, because look, all the running backs are old, right? McCaffrey, Joe Mixon. Mm-hmm. Like, if I can get, because I have Martin Hampton too, right? If I can get, just hear me out. Does this work for you? Give me Najee Harris. Give me Garrett Wilson. Give me Jack Besh, and give me your 27 first.
The Najee doesn't move the needle much for me.
It gives you a good position for Hampton, a little bit of depth, a future starter somewhere. I don't think this guy's team's gonna be that good in 27 after 26. Like, because I think his receivers are gonna take a step back. You're taking away Garrett Wilson. So he'd be left with just Garrett Wilson, no, he'd have Amon, Jackson Smith, and then next year an older. Maybe that's not enough.
I just think I would rather get rid of Najee and would you give me your 26 first, your 27 first, and Garrett Wilson? I doubt it, but I'm trying it.
2 first and Garrett. Yeah, I would try that. I'd be okay with that. Get rid of Genty, because it gives us 227 first, 226 first. We have a massive hole at running back, though, still. That's why, like, I would like to still ask for Najee.
But I don't.
Because, listen, Najee doesn't have value anyways. Why not get him thrown in for, like, the gamble? Like, what if Hampton gets hurt and Najee, like, he's a starter? He'll look really good in that offense if he's a starter, and then you can flip him.
He will. I just, if I'm more still thinking rebuild, like, I just don't want to take that what if. I'd rather just get the value on something that I know will appreciate and not decrease in value.
I guess, and then you're trying to get that high 26 first as well. And that would make, if we got, so that's one move.
What about Team 7? I'm interested in them because they're another one of those middle of the road that, like, an Ashton Genty could, like, change their life.
Yeah.
What is Team 7?
Change somebody's life. Let's make a Wish Dynasty episode.
That's right. Oh, Travion. So could we get a Travion or a Caleb added to our team?
Oh,
offer him, Lad McConkey, dude. Lad's there,
dude. dude, worth a shot in the dark. I mean, these kind of offers out there. Yeah, Henderson and Ladd for Genty.
See if we can do it. I would love that.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm just here to learn. Hey, I appreciate it.
Just listen to the Dynasty Nerds podcast. We literally walk through this. We do a show. We do 2 shows a week, 51 weeks a year because we take off after Christmas. That's 102 free shows we give you. Plus, we give you a couple bonus episodes like the Ben Solak episodes will come out soon. And then in rookie season, we break down these rookies. We do mock drafts. We guide you through it. We're right way more than we're wrong. We'll make sure you don't miss. You don't want to be the person out there drafting Quentin Johnston when we're screaming at the rooftop. Don't draft Quentin Johnston.
Absolutely.
This year we're a little bit more hesitant on Matthew Golden than others. But yeah, this would be a good spot.
Trade partner.
Yeah, I think so. I think
they're close. They're close. And even if we had to like throw in who's our
receivers
too.
Yeah, I would say who's our receiver. I feel like I'm with you, Garrett. Right at the same time, like I think we might have this guy, like give this guy a turned back receiver, a guy we don't overly value.
Click our team, Pete.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, like Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah,
I'm offering
I'm offering Jawan Jennings. I'm not giving him Ayuk because it's a negative. Like because Ayuk could still pan out and be good.
Would you rather give Royals because he has Jalen Royals at the very bottom or a Jennings?
If Royals will get it done, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Whoever gets it done.
Hey, you could have Jennings and Royals.
And Bobo.
Give me Ladd.
Take him too.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a sexy offer. I'd start there. I think Ashton Genty is such a powerful name. Like it could get it done. That's the thing. Like it's such a, and I love having that extreme value before it's even proven, right? Like the upside value, like, cause that's all it is. Like, again,
and
I can't say enough. We're confident in
it. And that's the thing about Ashton Genty that I don't think is discussed enough. And I love him. Second best running back that I've graded since 2020 behind Bijan Robinson. That being said, there's not much more ceiling for him. He's already a top 3 running back in Dynasty.
Exactly.
So there's just not like his value can't go up too much more.
Yeah. You're selling high. Like you always, so what is Dynasty fantasy football, right? I say it all the time. It's a simple, if you want to break Dynasty fantasy football down to its simplest score and how I play the game and how I teach the game with my 22 years of experience it's very simple for everybody who's watching. It is who to buy, who to sell, who to draft, right? That is Dynasty fantasy football. If you can master those 3, you're going to master Dynasty. And the sell part of it is the sell and the buy. We talk about this all the time. It's a window game, right?
Yeah,
you're trying to find those right windows. So like the stock market, you sell high, you buy low. Like Garrett said, Ashton Genty's pretty much at his peak value right now. He's valued as a top 3 Dynasty running back. His value is not going to go up too much more than it is, right? Like his cost value in the situation he's in. So if you can sell that high and still get, again, you're not just giving away. You're not just selling just to sell. But if you can get Ladd McConkey, who's going to be a 22-year-old, I don't know if he's going to be 23 next year, wide receiver 1 with the upside, same thing, just as much upside as Ashton Genty and Trevian Henderson, then that's a win, right? Like again, you're diversifying your assets. You're selling high. You're selling Coke stock for Pepsi stock. Like people still buy Pepsi. They like a lot. Not as much as Coke, but it's still the number 2 option out there. So it's still a good, safe investment, right? Like, right. It's not like you're buying McDonald's and then buying, I don't know, what's a shitty fast food place?
Burger King.
Yeah. Okay.
McDonald's.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I stay away from fast food, but I don't know what they put in McDonald's. I like McDonald's. Like
really?
The McChicken with cheese is so good. And it's like, to be fair, that's all I get is that when I go there, but It's so good.
It's so funny.
But it's so bad for you. Like you love Taco Bell. Like I like McDonald's. Like if I had to pick one fast food place,
Taco
at
Bell
45, I've really cut that out of my life as much as possible, but I do like it.
So this is Joshua. I believe this is the Joshua that we're doing his roster. But like you were saying though, Genty's value is pretty much peak.
Yeah. like honestly, in season, Genty, here's a good way to look. Genty's value can almost only go down, right? Like in a super flex startup right now, he's going like high second. Some people probably would take him late first. What is he going to creep up? If say he hits the ground running,
1-8.
Yeah, he's the number one fantasy football running back like Jonathan Taylor's rookie year. What's he going up to? 4 or 5 spots? Like overall, he's still in that same tier. Like it doesn't, he's still no, I guarantee people are still going to draft Jamar Chase ahead of him. All the quarterbacks are going ahead of him. And I'll tell you what, in a tight end premium league, this isn't tight end premium. I don't care if you're the number one running back. I'd still kind of lean Brock Bowers over you. I mean, if I'm being realistic, over the number one running back. So yeah, I mean, in season, honestly, Genty can get hurt, right? He could tear an ACL. He could get hurt. Value plummets. The Raiders aren't that good. People just focus on that to stuff the box. His numbers are good, but not great, right? Like he's a running back
1,100 yards but
that's the thing. Yeah, if Genty isn't a top 3 fantasy football running back, people are going to be disappointed for what his value is, right? Like you could still be really good, but if you aren't worth what I paid, it's not the same thing. It's like buying an NFT a couple of years ago for $3 million, and then you sell it for $2 million. Like, wow, you just got $2 million. That's really good. It's still worth a lot of money. Yeah, but I lost $1 million, bro. I lost 33% of my value. So it's still worth a lot, right? But then you're floating with again, and here's a good example. Somebody who's every year of their career, I think, except for 1 year, is a mid-range, like running back 6, 7 range-ish, 8, right around there. Very good running back. You look at dynasty value over the last 4 or 5 years, still people don't appreciate Josh Jacobs. First round draft pedigree, produces at a high level year in and year out. But the problem is he's not running back 1, 2, 3, or 4, right in that range. He's just running back 6, 7, 8, 9. That's extremely valuable. That's value. Joe Mixon over the last couple of years, 3 years straight of running back 1 production. That is a godsend of value. But if people are so narrowly focused on that, again, that elite tier, it's okay, if you can't give me that, I value you less. So if Ashton Genty's yeah, dude, he's a really good running back, but he doesn't produce at a high level. Breece Hall was dynasty running back 1 in my eyes just a year and a half ago. Gets hurt, comes back, doesn't look quite as
7
good. Yeah, value plummets in a year and a half. And that's the risk you take of running backs, right? If you're valued in that tier of being a top 3 guy, you have to produce at a top 3 tier. You have to, or you're going to lose value. So I have no problem moving off Ashton Genty whatsoever. I mean, I risked it with you. No, it was for Bijan. They gave Marvin Harrison. But I have no problem moving off those kind of guys when they hit peak value, right? Right. If they're not there and I still believe him, like a Trevian Henderson, okay, yeah, dude, I think he hits this value. I'm not selling for dollars. But right now, if you sell Ashton Genty, you are getting peak value. It's only going to go potentially down.
Ryan, we are definitely doing roster rescues all through the summer. We might change the format of the show slightly though. But there will be opportunities still all through the summer to get your rosters rescued. But we want to make sure that we continue to provide live content and value, but we also know that in July, there's not going to be as many teams talking about their dynasty team until we get closer to the start of the season. So there might be some other things going on with it, but yes, you could absolutely still have your roster rescued during that time period. Sarah, also, I think it's a great question. So you're saying avoid unproven players in the early rounds. That is overall, I like to play it a little safer in the early rounds. I do. But if you believe in an Ashton Genty, the only way you're going to get him is to take him early. So yes, you do have to take some of these players early, even as unproven, but it's all about the risk reward. So right now, as much as I believe Ashton Genty will be a top 3 running back over the course of the next 8 years, I think there's a good likelihood of him being that type of value in dynasty. Where's the juice? Right now, the juice just isn't really there. If you want to take an unproven player, well, maybe there's more value in a Travion Henderson who's going to be going in the 4th round, but could catapult into that 2nd round type of player. Those are the kind of risks that are a little bit easier to stomach. So right now, I would probably rather still have Jahmyr Gibbs over a Ashton Genty, even though he's a little bit older, because I think my stock is a little bit safer in a guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, because these unproven players, they could look so good pre-draft, and you could end up with a Malik Neighbors, but you could end up with a Corey Davis too. You know,
this is not an anti Ashton Genty take. Like we love Ashton Genty, and I have taken him as the third running back. So like, this is not anti Ashton Genty. We're just saying you've got to go with where the value is, and sometimes the value just isn't with those younger players.
Yeah, and Sarah, I'll say this too. Like the game it's a very fluid game, right? It's a game that we play 365 days a year. It goes all year. I'm a big preacher in the teams that stay stagnant get passed up. It's a very easy way to look at it. And that's why the Dynasty GM too, like kind of help you navigate, not to get stuck in the middle, because you're constantly, working in Dynasty not to be stuck in the middle. You're either contending or you're rebuilding. And that's how it works too. Like when I said, who to buy, who to sell, who to draft, right? You're constantly navigating those waters. Okay, am I contending? When I'm contending, like I'm trying to build the best starting roster I possibly can that's insulated with old player depth because it's easy to buy, right? When I'm rebuilding, I want as much draft capital as I possibly can. I want as much youth as I possibly can to help me get to that point of having that solid roster. And if you do it right on the rebuild, you can end up with a team that we've seen. Some of these teams are like, people look at them like, dude, how'd you end up with like this team? Like if you had the entire 24 class, right? You're sitting there with Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Ladd McConkey, Bucky Irvin. You had the 1-1, you have Ashton Genty. So yeah, and Jaden Daniels, like, dude, how do you end up with a team like this? It's like, because I did it right. Like I blew up my team. I got all this draft capital to hit. But then you get up with a draft class that's not like that. It could be a draft class where you miss on all the picks. You end up drafting Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson instead. And now industry, like you missed. And it's how do you navigate those waters? And you have to make sure that you're just being realistic with your team. Again, that's why we provide the tools that we do to help you do that. And finding those windows, right, that you're trying to live in. Okay, am I in this window now? Am I in the win now window? Great. I'm trying to win my draft picks. When you trade away draft picks, you can get proven players, olden players very easily. Like you can go get that ship, which is most important. Like you people like, oh, Mike Evans, he's not a Chris Godwin, for example. He's not worth the 26th first. Like he's going to be 29. They drafted in Mecca. Okay, well, if he's a wide receiver 1 overall and you have a chance to win, your 26th first doesn't mean anything. I don't think I've said this in a while too. Like, why do we play the game, right? Why do you play? You play to win championships. Like that's our whole goal. It's not about being paper pretty. It's not about having, I can't trade my first. The value's not there. The value is winning championship and having a mentality of like, I'm willing to lose a trade slightly if I have a chance to win a championship. Like that's the mentality you got to have, because it's not about second place. It's not about third place. I've said this so many times, like your grandkids don't care that you came in second place 5 years straight. Like grandpa's still a second place loser. You need to win championships. And that's why you play the game. So you got to go all in.
All right. All right. So we have one more roster to rescue. At this point, we're not going to take any more for today. But you can get some on Wednesday. We've got another show coming up on Wednesday. Unless there is a nuke. That changes
in figuratively and literally.
So I probably won't be here Wednesday. Just give you a heads up now. I probably told you guys off there. I have a consultation on Wednesday at 10 a.m. I'm 10 years I've been talking about it. And I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna get a full sleeve tattoo on my right arm.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go full sleeve.
Nice.
So I have my consultation with my artist on Wednesday. That's the only time he was free at 10 a.m. And I don't know how long it's going to take. So it's probably better safe to sorry saying I won't be here Wednesday.
Then we'll have Mr. Taylor Christensen, who the audience is very familiar with as well. On
full sleeve tattoo, Rich.
Dude, that's going to be sick.
Man, we aren't ready for that yet. That's going to be sick.
I'm getting the Dynasty Nerds logo on it. I'm getting this logo.
Are you?
Very visible. I told him, I was like, one thing I was like, I want the Dynasty Nerds logo very visible. So
you should get a QR code so like people can
just scan your arm.
Download the app.
So it's funny that you said that, Peter. I thought about that because I've been trying to I've been thinking about this for a long time and like the details how I'm putting it. I got a lot of details. It's gonna be very intricate. The artist is fantastic. He won he's like one of Cleveland's best tattoo artists out there. And I was like, no, it'd be cool though. Like if you did put a QR code somewhere, like the things. and it, like not obviously not the Dynasty nerds, but like you had it like set up, like you scanned it, and it just like it went somewhere. Say it went somewhere and like described all your like why you have all the tattoos you had and like what they all mean to you and about you. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool or something along those lines. But anyways,
it looks like for Craig, he's saying this is the wrong league. So let's make sure we get. He's looking for the Dynasty Legends.
Come on, Craig, how'd you get fired on your day off?
Well, he only has one league on here.
Oh, is it with one?
So
sounds like a Craig problem.
This is the wrong Dynasty Legends. Let's look this up.
Let's see.
This your weird? Okay. I'm figuring it out, boys.
All right.
I mean, how sweet is it to be on the Dynasty Nerds logo? No, here's the fun fact. When I get it done, I will not be the first person to ever get a Dynasty Nerds tattoo.
That's true.
Remember that guy like 4 years ago? You got the Nerd Herd. Yeah. Now you got the Nerd Herd logo guy on it. Oh, I don't have it on here. But the flag, you got the crown. You put the crown on it.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I love Dynasty Nerds so much. He was a Nerd Herd member, and he got the Dynasty Nerds tattoo.
Freaking
so
fantastic.
I won't be the first.
So we might not love this guy's username. Heads up.
Is it about what's his username?
Oh no.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care stuff about that. I look at Ohio State, you don't. College is a big game. That's fine. We're champions.
All right.
The wolf doesn't consider wait, what is it? The wolf doesn't
consider
the opinion
themselves,
of sheep.
Yeah.
The opinion of sheep.
I think it's the lion, but yeah.
That's a Lannister quote. Yeah.
But
yes. What Alanis Morissette quote?
A Lannister. Like Tywin.
Yeah.
Lannister.
Well, that quote was definitely around before Game of Thrones, but I appreciate it.
It's the first time they ever came up with anything.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, George R.R. Martin, how about you get off of your Dynasty squad study and get out there and finish those books, huh?
There you go. All right. This is a super flex league, but not a tight end premium league. So super flex, not tight end premium. Quarterbacks, we have Jared Goff, J.J. McCarthy, Sam Darnold. Running backs, we've got Bijan Robinson, Travion Henderson, J.K. Dobbins, two Buckeyes.
Now I get the name. I get the name. It's Ohio State guys. J.K., Trev, Marv, Jackson, Emeka. I love it.
This is hilarious. Marvin Harrison, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Emeka Buka, Jordan Addison, Cortland Sutton, Kyle Williams. Tight ends, we got Trey McBride, Terrace Ferguson. Picks wise, we have we have 2 firsts next year and 3 firsts in 27.
Oh, sexy Rexy.
This changes my outlook quite a bit. All right. This team is 4th in Dynasty mode, but in Contender mode, we are in 8th. Not a surprise with all of the future draft capital. Rich, as I pee super fast, start talking about this team.
Yeah, thanks, AK, on that. Okay, so the biggest hole here is quarterback, right? You got the upside of Sam Darnold. I personally believe in J.J. McCarthy. I think he's going to be pretty good in that offense under Kevin O'Connell. Running back, we're super thin, but we got a lot of first-round picks to add there. 3 and 27, which is nice. Who can I see receivers one more time? Cortland Sutton, Jackson. Okay. So he's set up perfectly. So the thing is, like, this team is set up for draft picks. My question is, how do I flip some of this capital into a quarterback? I am going to try. The first thing off my list here, Craig, is so both additional 26 and first picks project high. Okay. Could easily be one. That's amazing. You 100% want to hold those. Definitely in 27. Like, your goal is to get Jeremiah Smith on this to complete the I hate Ohio State, but that'd be an amazing receiving core to add Jeremiah Smith to. But you have 2 26 first. So you want to keep the high one, which is good that you have one at tie. And then yours, like, who cares? I would like to see then, Gary, he said he has a 27 first and 26 first that both project to be really high, by the way.
Beautiful.
I'm saying here, Garrett, I'm trying to find a way, because like I'm not necessarily interested in competing this year. Like if everything fell together, you could, but like you need next year. I'm hoping Cortland Sutton kind of hits the ground running like he did last year. Now this is in season I'm talking about. And I'm trying to package Jared Goff, Cortland Sutton, and then the later 26th first. I want to get younger at quarterback. Like, and younger to the point where like I feel pretty comfortable with that guy as well. I think Trevor Lawrence is a really good target. Right now,
our quarterbacks again? Jared Goff, Sam Darnold. So we have 3.
Yeah, and I like JJ a lot.
That you're thrilled like this guy's gonna win me a ship guy.
Yes. So I wouldn't like. I wanna move Goff, which is a very solid quarterback now, like to a contend. Like so, like who's team 2 and 3? So they got Kyler, Jalen. Okay, no. Dart's an upside guy, but Lamar, Caleb, no.
It's only 10 teams, so that's the hard part.
Oh, it is only 10 teams. Okay, sure. Go back up one. You're going a little too fast for me to read. Okay, where's that? Okay, all right. This guy's last contender. Brock Purdy's a target of mine. Trevor Lawrence is like a personal target of mine.
Christian McCaffrey. You don't normally see that last place with Christian McCaffrey. Yeah,
but that's our GM. That doesn't mean that person views himself that way. Can we go back to that last 10 team? Because then he might think he's a contender. Can we go down a little bit to his receivers to see if he's a real contender?
Travis Hunter, Cooper Kupp. He might be one of those teams that thinks he's a contender or just a negligent owner.
Okay. Can we go back to his receiving core real quick? Because he's thin there. Yeah. I would offer I don't know how you feel about this, Garrett, but I would offer this guy, Jared Goff, my late 26th first, and Cortland Sutton for Trevor Lawrence. And then I'm just rolling with what I have until I get all those other draft picks.
So say the offer again.
Jared Goff, my 26th first, and Cortland Sutton for Trevor Lawrence.
Jared Goff. See, that's the problem I think for me is I like Goff. Like,
how old is he? 30? Did he just turn 30? Okay, yeah, maybe not then.
Like, I just don't know that. Like, I would be more interested if I think I have like an outside shot this year, but I would be interested in Christian McCaffrey. Like, can I finagle something with the picks that are not the early ones that to get myself a Christian McCaffrey? Because with a Christian McCaffrey, let's look at our team again. Like, we're projecting on the quarterback. Like that's the trickiest part of it. But
Bijan, one of those guys would be fine. Sam Darnold or JJ will be fine.
I think so too. So Bijan plus McCaffrey and then Travion in the running back 3 spot. That's a pretty sexy running back room all of a sudden.
Yes.
Then who do we have at receiver and tight end? So we're still maybe a receiver away, but we're great at tight end. So yeah, if I can figure out like what is that guy that has CMC, what is he wanting? Because really, like we're banking on like upside at quarterback and upside at receiver, but we're gonna be set then at running back and tight end. So like 2 of the 4 positions we're great at, and Goff every year seems like, oh, guess he's quarterback 9 this year. Oh, guess he's quarterback 7 this year. Oh, guess he's quarterback. Like he ends up sneaking in as a quarterback 1 almost every year. So like your team is really not that far away with a CMC. Plus, if you can keep those early first, then okay, yeah, maybe we did finish 5th this year. Okay, darn. But we've got somebody else's pick that we think are going to be the 101 or 102. So it's not like that hurt us like it would in other situations.
Can we go back up to this guy's receiving core then? Because I want
to. Would Cooper Kupp kind of be a target for you, or
I wouldn't mind him for the right price? We have Darnold. Like that's a great stat.
Darnold. So what about? Would you be okay if you're trying to win 10-man league. 26 first, you're 26 first and second for Kupp and McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd be okay with that. I'm trying to win.
So what was that trade again?
My 26 first for McCaffrey and Kupp.
I don't think it'll get it done. I think it's worth a shot. I don't think it'll get it done. He does also have JSN.
Oh, first and second. Sorry, first and second.
First and second.
Oh, he's got JSN too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out on Kupp then.
That makes Kupp tough.
Okay.
So maybe just our first.
What do you? So first
plus,
for CMC.
Yeah,
you'll probably have to give. You might still have to give your second.
Jalen Coker.
I'm fine with it.
I mean, he's got Kyle Williams,
a random receiver.
As upside receiver.
Yeah, Kyle Williams
Son could easily produce again there as a wide receiver too, possibly. And you got Marvin Mims to offset. Who is the team above? Okay, let's go back to the team above then. And we're going to look at the last place team. Let's look at this team. Oh, okay.
They think they're a contender probably.
They don't have any running backs.
Yeah, they haven't.
It's
a wide receiver situation.
Okay, here we go. Why don't we just offer this team our 26 first and our 27 first for Saquon Barkley?
Good try. They might think they're contenders. They might be fake contenders with Travis Kelce and Saquon Barkley. But if they realize where they're at, then yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too. That could still that would still give us a high 26. Because remember too, like your team's getting roster, like you're gonna, you have all these picks, but like you don't need all those picks, right? Like you're trying to, if you still have the high 27 first and the high 26 first, like those hold a lot of value. We can kind of move those next year as well. But Saquon would give you a legit. I still would want a better receiver though. That's the thing. We're focused on running back as a strong suit. Like, what is this guy's receivers then? If he's gonna blow it up, possibly.
He's got Terry McLaurin. That could work.
Terry McLaurin. If I can get Saquon Barkley and Terry McLaurin, I would offer him my 26 first, my 27 first, and I'd offer my 26 first second, my 27 first second for Terry McLaurin and Saquon Barkley.
I would do that.
So 2 first, 2 seconds. Make sure they're your picks because you're a contender.
Yeah, you want those. You want those high ones.
So you'd be giving his 26 first.
Dude, we gotta get our 27. Because the way we value it, Garrett, we got to figure out, we got to talk to our developer. We got to make our 27 first if it's mid compared to 26 first. Like, because the way we view it,
maybe a little bit higher,
if not equal to 26.
I'd be fine with that.
Very slightly, like that's 1479, like 1579, you know?
Yeah.
Compared to, because I mean, dude, I think we all agree that we like 27 better and we're willing to take a step back next year. Over like what anybody else might say it's stupid. We don't care. That's how we believe in.
Absolutely.
What did that come out like? Not even close. I take it.
Oh yeah, because just the values weren't close, but
yeah. But I'm throwing my 2 seconds in there as well. I know it doesn't
2 seconds,
again, and that's the thing. In calculator eyes, it's not as impressive, but 10-man league, those are pretty important.
Right, and if you're a rebuilding team, like. Your value of Barkley is a little bit lower. Like honestly, today, like Rich and I are in a league together. If Rich were and I have Saquon Barkley, if he were to offer me 2 firsts in 2 seconds for Saquon Barkley, even if I had to add in a Terry McLaurin type, like I would be willing to do that as a rebuild team, even though the calculator is going to say like, probably not. Like as a rebuild, I would be willing to do that.
Yeah, dude, you gotta navigate your team. It's not what calculators say, what Twitter says. It's what your team tells you, right? Like, how am I going to turn this team into a championship? Like, I'm not. That's what I need to do. Like, Saquon's not helping me in 2027, most likely. You know, like, I mean, he's okay. To be fair, Saquon can help you in 2027, but that's gonna be like the tail end of the help, right? Like a 31, 32-year-old Saquon. He did sign an extension, so I feel pretty good about that. But yeah, man, that if you can find a path for that to this team, like that puts you in a really good spot to win.
Absolutely.
Big time. Like win big time.
Absolutely. So that's the nice part about where you're at right now. Craig, worst case scenario, like you just sit pat and you have some great assets in 26 and 27. But I think you have enough where you could test the waters on where you could be in a 10-man league this year and put yourself in a spot without jeopardizing your future, because you'll still have those early 26 and 27 picks. So great job on putting yourself in that spot.
Yeah. And that's my number one consensus on that. I know when people pay for the roster views and you're like, hey, what do I need to do? Sometimes the answer is like, dude, you're doing it exactly how you should do it. Like, I like your team better to like go in 2026, right? Like, could you go in this year? For sure. But like, if you end up with that 1-1 next year, right? Either two things should happen. One, it gives you a really good trade asset, like an extremely valuable trade asset. But like we talked about before, like, what do you need? A running back? And like, it'd be nice to have another young quarterback. You can get the number 1 quarterback next year at that high pick, and then add a running back with your second 26 first. And then then you compete in 2026. And now you have all this draft capital in 2027 to obviously you keep the high pick, right? You keep that 27 to try and get Jeremiah Smith, but then you have those 2 extra firsts. Now you can fill those gaps in a really deep year for like younger talent to really push yourself over the edge. So you put yourself in that position where you have a really good core and all the draft capital behind you now to fill out those holes, whether it be the draft class or a proven asset. And remember, when you're a contender, like, don't chase the upside, get a good proven asset. Maybe like now you can trade. Hey man, I'm ready to go. I'm getting that number 1 quarterback to add to my depth. Hey, I'll give you my later 26 first and my 27, which then that 26 first will be worth a little bit more because we're back in draft season, like for the upcoming class, and 27. And you're getting that proven young guy, either a young receiver, young running back on your roster.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Jason's trade question here. He wants to know, hey, how did I do on this trade? This is a 10-team league, half-point PPR super flex league. He's weak in the running back room, and he traded away Omarion Hampton at 102. However, he got back 108, 109, and 205. He ended up getting Tet McMillan, Quinshawn Judkins, and Jack Besh. He also, outside of that, got Harvey at 2-2, but that was outside of the trade. Rich, I like this trade. Now,
I love this trade.
I
even got 1-8. You might as well got 1-5.
You got. I think it's because of who you got. Like on the surface, like if I wouldn't have known the names, I'd have been like, it's okay. It's probably pretty even. I think it's an even trade. But knowing who you got, Judkins, yes, in a super flex league, but it's only a 10-teamer. Like, I'm thrilled to get Judkins at 106, 107. But the fact that you got Tet, who would normally be a 105 type of value, like, that's crazy. So I don't know who ended up going above those guys. I'd be really curious. But knowing that value, that's fantastic. But
yeah,
it's not.
We literally just saw Connor Rogers.
That's crazy.
I know, but we just literally saw, and the same thing. Our league's not tight end premium, I don't believe, and we saw Connor Rogers take Colston Loveland over Judkins just now, today.
Yeah.
So it's possible. Yeah, I mean,
it was Dave, by the way.
Oh, Dave
Kluge.
Yeah.
Kluge. Okay, sorry. No,
he's a Bears fan, so that makes sense.
It does make sense. I've seen this happen. I've been aggressive. Like, I traded up to get Tet at 1-8. Like, I've seen this happen in my leagues, and I got Tet. I got Judkins and Tet. I was trying to trade back, right? I think I traded back from 1-6 to 1-8, and because I was like, I'm okay with anybody here, and the tight end went, and I ended up getting Tet at 1-8. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then same thing at 1-9, Judkins was available. So instead of again trying to trade up, I got aggressive and moved back up for Judkins. I had 110. So I moved up a little bit for Judkins and came away with the same batch. The fact you get Jack Besh there at 2.5, you got RJ Harvey at 2.2. So you literally just took Mario and Hampton and you got potentially 3 starters over him. And Judkins could be just as good, if not better, than Hampton. 100% he can be. I think having Dylan Sampson there limits him a little bit, but I love Jack Bash. I love Tet McMillan, and having RJ Harvey. This is how you turn around your team, right? You just acquired in a rookie draft, again, from a rookie standpoint, 4 starters potentially, and 4 medium to high level starters as well. So that's exactly how you turn around your roster.
For what it's worth, the Harvey was not part of the trade.
I know,
but he just had the pick.
Yeah, and I know, and that's what he got for him. So like that's an A+ trade, right? Like, and you already had the 2-2 there, like knowing, hey, dude, I can add this, and I got 2-2. It worked out to be RJ Harvey. Like, that's a monster trade for you. Like, and those are trades I hate making in Dynasty. Definitely for like something like a like if it's Genty, a little bit different, but like a Hampton, like we don't know for sure Hampton's going to be better than Judkins, right? Like, we don't know that for sure.
Now, conversely, had this turned out to be like Colston Loveland and
Matthew Golden
and Jackson Dart, like you're like,
yeah, exactly. You're right. It's all in like
it's all about who he got. Yep, absolutely.
And we talked about it beforehand. Like these drafts are crazy, man. I've seen Travis Hunter go 1-2. I've seen Travis Hunter go 1-8. You know, like it's same thing. The only consistency I'm seeing is like Hampton pretty much going top 3. Ward's going top 4 every single time. Ashton Genty's gone 1-1 in 99% of the drafts.
So everyone turn down your volume just a little bit because we have a
All right, this is gonna be the last thing I do today for you guys.
I
have to get out of here after this.
We got nuked, baby. I love it. Let's make sure we get this roster rescue in here. This is for our guy, Andrew. Andrew, they started a rebuild last year, traded my 26 first for the 106, planning to take a tight end, but I feel like the NFL draft screwed that up. What's my move? So this is just a regular 1 quarterback PPR league.
Yep.
Quarterback, we have Justin Herbert and then Michael Penix, Justin Fields. Running back, Bucky Irving, Blake Corum. That's about it. Wide receivers, we've got Brian Thomas, T. Higgins, Romo Dunze, Ricky Pearsall, Cedric Tillman, Jawan Jennings. And then at tight end, we don't have anybody of note right now, but we have the 101, the 106, and the 201 to go along with the 206. This team is in 5th in Dynasty mode, but in Contender mode, guessing it's going to be like 8. Yep.
That's fine, because we're going to Ashton Genty with Bucky Irvin. This is, dude, first of all, Andrew, way to give up your 26 first for 1-6. Way to go there.
Love
Way to go there. And you're not taking a tight end at 1-6.
Oh, it is tight end premium, by the way. It's PP. It's only 1 quarterback, but it is tight end premium.
Oh, I still don't care because we have 2. Peter, take us to mock draft mode, and we're going to make this team significantly better.
I already have it set up. Let's do it.
Ready. All right, Ashton Genty, 101, done and done. We're already way better. Look at that. Just like that, we're way better. All right, so at 1-6, the players we have available, now this is tight end premium, but we still have Quinshon Judkins on the board.
That's who I'm taking.
I'm still taking Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah,
I like these tight ends, but like you've got to stick with best player available.
100%. And you're going to see why here when we get in the 2nd round pick with our multiple 2nd round picks.
Absolutely. So we just missed. We almost still got Colston Loveland, which would be amazing. In that scenario, like if you could still get a Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren at 201, you love your life. Okay. You love your life. It's great.
So let's start there for Andrew. If one of those guys are available, you're taking Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren there at 2-1. Because there's a chance RJ Harvey can go ahead of him. But he didn't. So let's say it just pans out this way, right? Because it is tight end premium. I know, Garrett, you're not on this boat wagon, but I know we just took Ashton Genty. I know we just took Quinshon Judkins. I am taking RJ Harvey here.
For me, it would be Caleb Johnson. I hear you, but it would be Caleb for me.
And listen, either way, I would take. I'm just as happy to take Caleb Johnson here as well. I think RJ Harvey is going to give you the more, because I think I would want to flip a running back at one point. Like, so Andrew, you're not keeping. If it plays out this way and Colston Love is out there, because again, Garrett, right? If Tyler Warren there, Colston Love there, smash, 100%. Accept. But say it doesn't play out that way. Yes, you're going running back again because it's best player available. But now that gives you Bucky Irvin, Ashton Genty, Quinshon Judkins, and then RJ Harvey or Caleb Johnson. Pick which one you would like. I would lean RJ Harvey. Garrett would lean Caleb Johnson. I can go either way. But no, in season, if say they all hit, they all look good, you're flipping one of those guys now for either a future draft capital plus, or the goal would be to get a young receiver or the tight end that you're missing all of a sudden, because it's a 10-man league. So it's gonna be a little better there. You might be able to get yourself a tight end plus, something on those lines. But I still think we're gonna be able to grab a tight end here with our second round pick.
So question really fast. Who do you think has more consensus trade value right now, Harvey or Johnson? Because like in theory,
I would lean
you
Harvey.
could you could just be drafting for current value.
Yeah.
And
or you could just trade the pick. Like,
yeah, I'm putting same thing. If those guys are gone, hey guys, RJ Harvey, Caleb here, 2 1s on the block. What can I get? Because anything, like, you already have 3 running backs, so you're in a good spot there anyways. If you can get a tight end, I'd do that. If you get a younger receiver, I would do that with upside. I would take a 27 first for 2-1 here as well.
Yeah. I would be interested in, like, we haven't looked at the teams, but like with it only being 10 team, there might be some tight ends available, even though it's tight end premium. Like, can I trade that and get TJ Hawkinson? Could I trade that and get
here we go, right here?
Wow.
Who's this guy's running backs? He's got 1-9. Go back up. Who's right? Oh, he's good at running back.
He's a good team. That's
that's a good team altogether.
Kittle and Hawkinson has Gibbs, McCaffrey, and Cook.
It's 10.
They could use receivers though. Jaden Higgins is there. Was Emeka still there, or was he gone? Emeka might have been gone.
Emeka gone at 107.
Okay. I love that golden win at 109. That helps. Yeah.
But should we just go Harvey right now since he has higher trade value currently? As the
I wouldn't, but sure, for the example's sake.
Okay.
And here we go.
I don't think maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Cam Ward would go there in a 1 QB league. I think he's going more late second, but maybe.
Yeah, and definitely in a 10-man too.
Right. I don't think he'd go there.
So say we're not taking Cam Scadaboo. Yeah, but let's put Scadaboo there. Because even if he is, like, even though I like Scadaboo and we just took 4, so many running backs, like, I'd be looking at, this is where I'd want to grab my tight end personally.
I would be totally fine with Mason Taylor, Elijah Aroro here. It was interesting. I was in a draft yesterday where the last 2 picks of the second round in a tight end premium, and this is 12 team, the last 2 picks were tight end, but they were Fannin and Ferguson. So at the beginning of 3rd round, Aroro and Mason Taylor were available. So I was pretty excited. So there's a lot of interesting thoughts on tight end and where some of these guys are going to go.
Yeah, and I think, so my move is because we need a tight end here. So we got those running backs. We're obviously neglecting receiver, and that's totally okay. But I would take Mason Taylor here, and then I would assume that Fannin or one of those guys will be there here in. We don't have a 3rd round pick. Is that it? Oh, 4.
Not till
who's there in the 4th?
Looks like they're.
So we have Fannin.
Fannin. Yeah,
is there?
There we go. That's my move.
Sweet, and that's a pretty realistic landing spot still.
I think so. In a 10-man team, yeah.
In a 10, yeah.
Cool.
And then our picks would be, so we ended up with Ashton Genty, Quinshawn Junkins, RJ Harvey.
Go back to our team.
Mason Taylor and Harold Fannin there. So, and we kind of talked about the receiver. So now that gives our team, now we have Justin Herbert, which is, it's 1 QB, totally fine with that. And we have Penix in the background. That's great. Bucky Irvin, Ashton Genty. We literally just built one of the best running back cores in the league. Our receivers are still really young, right? We still don't have a tight end, but we just drafted 2 young guys that offer upside, a ton of upside. And I personally then would, so 2-2. I wonder if we could move. So we have 26. Do we have our 26 for? Oh, we don't have our 26.
No,
we traded that to get 106.
It was just totally fine with that. Can I see my receivers again? I'm still like, could I flip? Okay, here's something I can think we could do. Who's real deep? Go to team 5 real quick.
Yep.
Can I offer this team? Okay, when we're on the clock at 2-1, can I offer them T. Higgins and 2-1 for Drake London?
I would be fine with that. I would also be fine just giving.
Love that.
I would also be fine with just giving 2-1 straight up for Zay Flowers.
I would also do that too. It's funny. I just made a move where I gave up like 2-3 for Zay Flowers. I couldn't believe I worked. Like,
wow, that's great value.
Somebody offered it for me too, and I need a receiver. I was like, hey man, I need a receiver. I'm looking at this pick. And the guy said, hey, he wrote me. He's like, I got depth here. I feel like I'm overpaying giving you Zay for like 2-3, but I really want, I can't remember who he took. I think he took a running back. Okay. And I was like, dude, I'm stoked about that. I would give up 2-1 straight up for Zay Flowers. But again, for where my team's going, I personally would love to offer 2-1 and T Higgins for Drake London. T Higgins probably going to finish as like wide receiver 14 to 17, probably somewhere in that range. Drake London has a chance to be a top 6 fantasy wide receiver again. So drastically different there. And who we take at 2-1? We took at RJ Harvey or Caleb Johnson. So they're going to look at it. Like, hey, I'm getting a running back and T Higgins. I think T Higgins' name is worth more than the points per game value personally with a full Jamar Chase. Them re-signing Mike Gesicki. I really do. I think he falls into that like really good wide receiver 2. But anytime I can get a 23-year-old wide receiver 1, I'm jumping at the opportunity. I kind of think, Garrett, that would get it done. T Higgins and 2-1 for Drake London.
I could see that getting done. I think that's a pretty fair deal overall.
That's the move I'm making. I mean, it's the offer I'm making. That's one. And so my point is too, is like, I'm looking for, like, if it's not Drake London, I'm looking for other teams that are deep at receiver for that kind of move, right? A super young, talented receiver where you're giving them a young receiver back who just signed a big extension and 2-1, which is basically a first round pick, like 112 in a 12-man league. RJ Harvey. It could, maybe a Mecca Buka is there. Something along those lines. And even if a Colston Loveland's still there, Garrett, like I'm still willing to make that move at 2-1 to add that receiver to my roster.
I have no problem doing that at all. The only thing that makes me pause at all is we just don't have any depth at all right now. So we lose our opportunity to get some depth by kind of tearing up, taking 2 assets and making them 1. But for the right player, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, but I think then we have, you're right, and that's the thing. It has to be the right player. I'm with you. It has to be the right player. But kind of going back down, when we're talking like cornerstone players, can we go back to our team, Pete? Like when I'm in position, which again, it's a hard position to be in to get these elite tier 1 players, right? So when I find myself in position to do that, I want to make that move. So you have Brian Thomas, who like you need Rome to pan out, but you have Ricky Pearsall to pan out. That would give us Brian Thomas and Drake London and upside of Rome and Ricky, Bucky Irvin, Ashton Genty, Quinshawn Junkins. Our tight end is a little weak, but again, I think we took 2 young guys, easy to navigate there. I think we'd be able to move. We could probably make a trade for that. I think that'd make our team significantly better than having 4 running backs. Or then hoping Colston Loveland turns into elite tight end. I'd rather have that tier 1 guy. Again, if we're trying to win, right, a championship, do you want a 4th running back and like a wide receiver 2, mid-range wide receiver 2, possibly wide receiver 2? Or do you want that elite tier 1 receiver? Like, give me the elite tier 1 receiver. Like in a 10-man league, I'll figure out tight end. I'll trade for Zach Ertz in season for a future 3rd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
where's Jonnu Smith at?
Yeah. Where's Jonnu Smith at? You know what I mean? Like, I think 2-1 in T Higgins is a very sexy offer. And it might not be Drake London. What's team 4? Like, let's look at some of these teams that are contending. Who do they have at receiver? AJ Brown, Nico Collins. They're not on the table. Who's team 1? Like they might be looking to add a little bit depth to our team. Malik, Puka, Garrett, Marv. Like
Nico could be part of that potentially. I think Nico and Drake London are in similar tiers.
Oh, I didn't know that guy had. Okay, dude, this guy doesn't have a lot of depth though. The guy had Nico that we looked at. Is that what it was?
Team 4.
Oh, okay. I literally bypassed Nico. Yeah, same thing, same offer.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Oh, and they have Jonnu Smith too. Who's their other tight ends? Oh, they don't have anybody else.
Oh, so that's a good idea for Andrew. Now that I think about it. Look at me running his own thing. The fact that we know we're going to get Bucky Irvin and we feel pretty good about the running back, like, and the potential of getting the potential of getting RJ Harvey or Caleb Johnson, right? So we can also flip this and say, okay, guys, 1-1's on the block. I'm willing to move back a little bit. It's
going to be similar to the last guy that we just did.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I'm not doing it just to do it, but like for the right value, yes.
This guy absolutely. This guy is 103. Would you send him anything to move back?
He doesn't have like the right move back. I mean, if he's willing to do Drake London in 1-3, then all day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I doubt he would be willing to do that.
You'd have to offer like, I'd throw in like Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, or 2-1. Yeah, I would do that. I would do 1-3. I would do 1-3.
So it'd be basically Drake London and Travion, or would you rather have Genty and whoever you would take at 2-1?
Yeah, I'd want Drake London and Travion over T. Higgins and Genty. Or 2-1. Yeah. 2-1 and Genty.
Sorry. Harvey or Johnson.
Yeah. Or whatever.
I don't know if that team would. I don't know if that team would do that because I think it's a bad end of the deal. But like, I'd be willing to throw in like.
But they don't have an elite running back. That's the thing. Like, they could really use an elite.
I'd start there, but then if he says no, I'd offer him like Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, but try.
What about
I would rather.
Team?
I'd rather 2-1 than Ricky Pearsall. So yeah,
this team really needs a running back, and is contending.
Right. Yeah, that's the team that we're talking about.
Yeah, now. So for 1-on-1, for 101 though.
Right, that's what we said. 101 and 10.
This is a different team.
This is a different team.
For Nico Collins? No, this is the Nico Collins team.
So you're gonna offer this team what for 101?
We were doing Drake London.
Yeah,
we just switched back to Nico Collins.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have 1-3. He has 1-7. So it's drastically different.
That is, yeah. I mean, if it was Nico in 1-7 straight up, I would do that for Ashton.
I would do that. Yeah, I would do that. But you're right. You're right, Andrew. I would definitely. That's probably the first step to see if you could kind of move back a little bit. I would trade a 1-1 straight up for Malik Neighbors. I would trade the 1-1. That's about it, really. Because I mean, you're not going to get probably Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, but like Malik Neighbors, I would.
These two teams are super close to contending, but they need a
elite running back.
They start running back. Yep. So
I think Drake London is the number one team I'm targeting. I said, I mean, you go from that one. I think we offered multiple deals for either Zay Flowers or Drake London, right? But I think that's the move for me personally.
And worst case scenario, if you can't, take Ashton Genty. He is a great running back that's going to lead your team for the long time. So don't take a lesser deal just because you feel like you need to. But if the right deal comes along, absolutely do it.
Because then that would give you that would still give you Bucky Irvin, Quinshon Junkins, and you wouldn't have 2-1 anymore.
No, you'd have Travion Henderson because you'd have 1-3.
Oh yeah. So you have Travion Henderson, Quinshon Junkins, Bucky Irvin. Then you'd have Drake London, Brian Thomas, T. Higgins, Roman. That team is sexy. And then you still have the upside of those tight ends. And I would still think Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin would get you to that middle of the road tight end kind of guy, like 1-7 to 112, which is totally okay. He's in a good spot. I mean,
he is.
I love the idea of trying to move off of Ashton Genty if I can, but I think my favorite would be to move off of T. Higgins and 2-1 first. Yeah. Like that'd be my first move. If he says no to that for Drake London, okay, what about 1-1 and 2-1 for Drake London and 1-3 and Ricky Pearsall on top,
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, Andrew, we appreciate you, man. Hope you get one of these deals done and makes your team super, super sexy.
I have to roll, so I can't do the traditional long goodbye like you guys do. I have to go get my son. So if there's any other super chats or anything, sorry. I probably won't be here Wednesday. I apologize again, but I will worst case be back next Monday.
See ya.
See you, Rich.
All right. Appreciate you guys. I am going to be signing off as well. We will be back on Wednesday. So if we didn't get a chance to get to your trade question today, we'll get to it on Wednesday. We will have Taylor Christensen with us that day. And Pete, you got anything else for us?